Hey, what is going on, SMT Nation? It's your boy, the SMT. We've got Verizon Investor Day highlights for you in this video. I got it all. I actually covered everything in a podcast last night. I'll go ahead and link that here in the description box. I'll go ahead and pin it as well in the comment section below. And if you want to check out that entire episode of the podcast, it is 100% completely exhaustive. I covered every angle, every business aspect, every piece of information that Hans Vestberg, CEO, as well as his executive team, his network people, everything they covered and mentioned, and all the questions that were asked, all that information is there. So check it out. There's links in the description box or pinned in the comment section. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to make it easy for you. If you don't want to watch, the full duration of the podcast, I've got all the highlights for you. So here's what we know based on yesterday's investor meeting. So the highlight of Investor Day for Verizon obviously was C-band. This is an incredible swath of spectrum that Verizon went all in on. They brought the money bags. They spent tons of money on the spectrum asset. So we got some insight on how they're going to be deploying this. Verizon is actually going to dedicate a specific amount of their capital investment specifically for deploying C-band. What I mean by dedicated is they're going to spend $10 billion over the next 3 years to deploy and build out C-band on a grand scale. The nice thing about C-band is it's a mid-band spectrum asset that is going to have very wide channels, so it's going to offer incredible capacity. So it's going to be very similar to how N41 performs in terms of the speeds and the propagation, how it travels and penetrates buildings and such. So the nice thing about the C-band is it's not going to have any type of interference issues. Engineers refer to it as very clean propagating spectrum. And it's contiguous, which means it's not broken up into bits and pieces across the country. It's going to be a very uniform deployment across the entire nation. So a lot of things that give us some really nice advantages there in why, Verizon as well as AT&T and T-Mobile bought in big on these spectrum assets. So looks like the goal is to reach 100 million points of presence in the first 12 months of deployment of C-band. And then within a few years, by 2024, they want to be covering 250 million points of presence across the country. Now, Verizon does have a lot of A-Block, which means that'll be in the top markets. So those will be the first ones to get those upgrades at the end of this year in December of 2021. So those will be available right away at the end of this year. They'll get rapidly deployed throughout 2022. In fact, I think a lot of markets are going to be seeing an instant switch turning on in December, and we'll have N77 ready to go for C-band. They also spoke to millimeter wave build-out. They spoke to the target goal that by the end of the year, they would like 5% of the network traffic on Verizon to be on ultra-wideband, and the end game is to get 50% of their urban traffic on ultra-wideband. Now, that's a lofty goal. It's a time-consuming, thing that they have to go through there. To do that, obviously, you need the time. You need the dedication to the build. There's a lot of, little nodes that have to be installed all over the city, basically every block or two. And then, of course, people got to get those devices. So it's a two-part battle there. They also spoke to the business focus. They spoke about the premium plan upsell. Currently, as of 2020, the data, there are 36% of Verizon customers are on tiered data, which is incredible. That's such a high number. So those people are not even on unlimited plans. There's about 43% are on the entry-level unlimited, and only 21% are on premium unlimited plans. So that means over the course of the next couple of years, by 2023, Verizon would like to get most of those people moved away from the tiered data plans. They want to shoot for maybe like a 10% of customers left on those legacy plans, get 40% on the entry, right, and get about 50% of them on the premium unlimited plans. So what that means is they're trying to raise the ARPU. They're trying to boost the profitability of these customers by getting them on the more premium plans. The more expensive ones, they are more profitable. They also spoke to the edge computing, the MEC, the MEC. They want to be able to generate $10 billion annual on that segment of the business by 2025. So good insight there, some interesting stuff. I actually want to cover probably the most important part, and probably what you want to know, is what they're going to be doing with home internet. So Verizon will be offering a large-scale launch of fixed home wireless access home internet. So this will be a home broadband product that will leverage a combination of their LTE and 5G connections. So C-band is going to be available in huge swaths, large channels. The Verizon is going to be averaging 160 megahertz of spectrum, which is a lot. Year one, they want to have obviously the 100 million C-band pops. So that'll be really big for the top 25 markets. They want to be, I think, with like 15 million home internet connections in 2022. And then by year two, which would be 2023, they want to have 175 million C-band connections, or pops, excuse me. And then they want to have 30 million fixed wireless access connections. And then in 2024, they basically want to be completely nationwide with the C-band, 250 million pops, and have 50 million fixed wireless access home internet connections. Now, when it comes to the CapEx, a little bit of a breakdown here. Like I said before, Verizon wants to dedicate $10 billion annually over 3 years, specifically for C-band. That's not any way associated with the annual CapEx of 18 plus billion in 2021. And also, in the foreseeable future, they say that they're going to spend around 18 or more billion through 2023. And who knows, maybe it goes up after that. We have no idea. But they are saying that they are going to have sites that will be turned on for C-band live in December of this year. And they're estimating somewhere between 8 and 10,000 sites live right away at the start of this year, or at the end of this year. So important things to note on C-band, some frequently asked questions that people have been asking. You know, what is the scale? What is the spectrum depth? Verizon is 140 to 200 megahertz range. They average about 160 megahertz national. They are going to have C-band in 406 markets total. 60 megahertz early clearing. We'll see that in December with A-Block. End of 2021 is confirmed. They will be serving 50% of the U.S. population with C-band within the first year. They are, going to be deploying 200 megahertz of it in 158 rural markets. So that means high-capacity home networking for those customers along with mobility. That will cover 40 million people in that use case. C-band will be considered ultra-wideband. I'm going to do a video about this later, but it looks like, when you connect to N77, when you connect to that Verizon C-band, it is going to say ultra-wideband. So that's going to be a separate video. I'll talk about that, but that is something interesting to note. They're going to classify it with the millimeter wave. It's nice. They got this contiguous licensing, no leases needed. They kind of took some shots and threw some barbs at T-Mobile for their EBS 2.5 gigahertz conundrum that they have with the discontiguous nature of that spectrum, broken up, segmented, and in pieces across the country. I'll move back through a couple of things here that are important to note. It looks like C-band is going to be macro site mostly, especially early on. Verizon does claim that their tower grid supports it. They won't really need to augment their network too much in building too many new sites outside of what they normally want to do. And it doesn't look like small cells are going to be a requirement, at least not initially. So we are going to be seeing mass upgrades to macro sites, the large, tall tower sites that you guys see, monopoles, rooftop sites and such. All right, so some other things, it looks like 70% of customers do have phones that can access C-band. It looks like 10 million or so customers have ultra-wideband handsets, so that's going to be the big thing moving forward, getting customers into these newer iPhones, like the Samsung Galaxy S20s and newer, the Google Pixel 5 and newer. All Verizon phones moving forward will be 5G ultra-wideband compatible, as well as C-band compatible. And it's going to be a big piece of what Verizon is going to be doing with 5G home and 5G business, the business class internet. So this is going to be a big piece of what they do. It looks like they've streamlined their home internet hardware. So they're going to have some dedicated internet gateways. They're going to have smart displays. They're going to offer you an AR guidance package to help you install your home internet. If you were to get the Verizon home internet service, that's pretty cool. So an AR experience for how to install it, that's pretty awesome. The 5G home internet option service that they'll offer will be gigabit speed, the millimeter wave type, up to 2 million homes to have this service by the end of 2021. The 5G business internet along with the suite of business solutions like BlueJeans, that Zoom investment type asset that they're going to leverage, along with some other products and services for business. All that will be part of the 5G business internet option. They'll continue to grow the MEC and the edge computing, the enterprise. Companies will be able to monetize and leverage Verizon Business Internet for their services, their manufacturing, and their businesses. It looks like Verizon's all in here with C-band. Without a doubt, they are fearless. It looks like they are throwing caution to the wind. They're going to surmount an incredible amount of debt early on, but it looks like they are ready to monetize everything. Everything is network related, everything to help their mobility. It looks like they are not scared to do anything. If it's wireless, count them in. They're going to be aggressive. They're going to monetize it, and they want to be involved in all of those services. They're going to want to make $10 billion here, $10 billion there. I've got a couple of predictions of what I think they're going to do with Fios and what I think they're going to do in their business segment. I'll do a separate video on that later. But it looks like they are all things wireless a go for Verizon. And I've got some predictions, a predictions video that I'll do this weekend, what I think Verizon is going to be doing moving forward with their services, leveraging C-band and their wireless networking. Anyways, I hope you guys were able to kind of put together some comments and provide some opinions, your thoughts and perspective on, your take of what Verizon did here with C-band and what their business plan and model is moving forward. I'd like to hear what you have to say. Go ahead and sound off in the comments section below. Let me know what you think about the news, their strategies, their business model, their business approach, how you think they're going to execute, make some predictions. Do you think they're going to be successful with this? Do you think their plan is smart? Do you think there's some holes in their game? Let me know what you think. Go ahead and drop me a line in the comment section below. I'd love to hear what you have to say. We've got AT&T next. They're going to have their business, their investor meeting today, and then we're going to have T-Mobile next. So stay tuned. We got more coverage coming on these investor meetings. We'll see what these networks are going to be like over the course of the next few years. So there's your future outlook for Verizon and what they're likely to be doing moving forward. Thank you for watching. I hope you learned something. If you did, give this video a thumbs up. Share it to your favorite social medias. Your friends, your family, colleagues. Maybe they're into networking and cellular technologies and stuff. Go ahead and share it with them. That would be amazing. Thank you. That helps the channel out tremendously. And do check out some of the links in the description box. I think I'll leave it at that. I hope you guys have a great rest of the day. I'm the SMT, and we'll catch you all on the next video. Peace. Thank you for taking this opportunity to watch the SMT YouTube channel. If you appreciated this video, give it a like and a share to all your favorite social media platforms. Thank you in advance for that. Also, check out some of the links in the description box. We have the SMT Patreon page. We also have the Twitter handle @SneedTech. And do check out the audio-only podcast available on all the major podcast platforms. And if you are new and have not subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and activate the bell notification icon so you never miss an upload from the SMT. We'll catch you on the next video. Peace.